heart without a doubt, every piece from inside out. Built my dreams around your name, believing love would stay the same. But love can sometimes lose its way, even when two hearts once stayed. You walked a road I couldn't see, a life that didn't carry me, and suddenly the world I knew became a sky without its blue. But this is the journey of brave hearts, when love must fall apart, when giving everything you had still leaves a shattered heart. The only choice that still remains, when the tears won't stop, is finding strength within your soul to rise above the loss. Every tear that falls tonight still carries a spark of light, because a heart that loves this deep still holds a courage it can keep. Brave hearts don't avoid the pain, they walk through storms and rise again. And though the scarf may always stay, they light another way. Yes, it's the journey of brave hearts, though the path feels far from clear, for the soul that dares to love still finds the strength to persevere. We met when the world was wide and bright, two young hearts chasing the light. Dreams were easy in those days, walking down forever's ways. We built a home with steady hands, wrote our story in the sand. Years rolled on like quiet rain. Love was comfort, love was pain. Time carved lines upon our face, life moved on at its own pace. Through every joy and every tear, I believed you'd always be here. But somewhere on that winding bend, our forever met its end. You turned away without a sound and left our memories on the ground. Now I walk this road ahead with 1,000 words unsaid, holding pieces of the past, wondering how love couldn't last. You were the dream of my youth, you were my home and my truth. Now I stand where we once stood, learning to walk where I once could. The house is quiet every night, your shadow gone from morning light, but echoes linger in the air of every promise we once shared. Still the road keeps calling me, beyond the grief I cannot see. And though my heart is torn in two, the road ahead must lead me through. Maybe love was never meant to stay the same as time was spent, but every mile that I must face still holds the memory of your face. So I walk this road ahead, through the tears I often shed. Though the past is hard to leave, I still must learn again to breathe. You were the love of my youth, you were my home and my truth. Now the road belongs to me, and where it leads I'll one day see. I've walked through nights without a star, wondering who we really are. When promises begin to fade and love becomes a memory made, the road behind is hard to see. The road ahead's a mystery, but every mile still calls my name, though nothing feels the same. The map we drew has torn apart, but pieces linger in my heart. And though the path is cracked and worn, a new direction may be born. Broken roads lead when love has lost its way. Do they end in quiet sorrow or a brighter day? I may never know the reason why we couldn't stay, but I trust the broken roads will guide my steps someday. If fate should draw our paths once more, like distant waves upon the shore, then only destiny will say why we were led another way. Every road that falls apart still leaves wisdom in the heart, and every turn we never planned helps us understand. So I'll follow broken roads, though the path may twist and bend, knowing somewhere down the line peace may wait around the bend. Morning comes but brings no peace. The silence never seems to cease. Every breath feels hard to take, every step a heartache. The bed feels colder than before. Your voice doesn't fill the door, and the world keeps moving on while I'm wondering where you've gone. Fear whispers in my ear that loneliness is always near. The nights will stretch forever long without the place where I belong. But deep inside, a quiet flame still refuses to be tamed. A fragile strength I didn't see is slowly waking inside me. So I'll find the courage to continue, even when the pain won't end. When every breath feels like a battle and the night my heart is bleeding slowly, and the road feels far too long. I will rise from every sorrow and keep moving on. The days may stumble into years, still I walk through all my fears, because the life I still possess is stronger than this loneliness. And somewhere past this broken place, hope may show its quiet face. Strength isn't always loud and bold, sometimes it's the will to hold one more breath and one more day, until the darkness fades away. Yes, I'll find the courage to continue, even when I feel alone. For a heart that keeps on beating still can find its home. The house is quiet now where laughter used to live. Memories sit in every room like ghosts that won't forgive. Your picture on the mantle still catches my eye, and every night I ask the dark, does love ever die? Does love ever truly fade? Or does it just change shape? Does it hide inside the heart like a fire beneath the rain? Even when we say goodbye and time keeps passing by, tell me in the silent sky, does love ever die? The years keep moving forward like a river to the sea, but some things stay forever inside our memory. A voice I almost hear again, a touch I can't deny, and still the same old question, does love ever die? Does love ever truly fade? Or does it just change shape? Does it hide inside the heart like a fire beneath the rain? Even when we say goodbye and time keeps passing by, tell me in the silent sky, does love ever die? Maybe love becomes a star, shining far away, still lighting up the night long after the day. So if love is more than time and more than you and I, maybe hearts remember things that never say goodbye, and somewhere in eternity our echoes still reply, no, love never truly dies. walked together for so long, two shadows side by side. Through the laughter and the storms, with nothing left to hide. I thought our road was endless, like a line across the sea. I never saw the moment your path would lead from me. Then one day I discovered something quietly had grown. You had found a journey you had to walk alone. And though my heart was breaking, I finally came to see your story kept on moving, just without me. There were dreams we built together, like castles in the air. Plans we swore would last forever, promises we'd share. But life keeps drawing borders where we never thought they'd be. And love can't always follow where destiny must lead. Then one day I discovered something quietly had grown. Journey you had to walk alone. And though my heart was breaking, I finally came to see your story kept on moving, just without me. Maybe love is not possession, maybe it's release. Letting someone chase their dawn, even if it steals our peace. So I watch the road behind you fade into the blue, wishing every mile ahead is kind to you. There's a road that keeps on turning past the hills I've known so long. Every mile another question, every step another song. Sometimes I walk with courage, sometimes fear is in my chest, and every bend keeps asking what awaits beyond the crest. On this long and winding road, I'm walking on my own, through the shadows and the sun, past the places I have known. I keep wondering as I go what tomorrow might bestow down this long and winding road. I've seen towns of broken dreams and fields of quiet grace, faces full of kindness gone without a trace. Still I follow something like a whisper in the wind, saying keep on moving. Every mile's a mystery, every path a thread. And though I cannot see the end, still my heart is bold, walking down this long and winding stood alone in the morning light, staring at a face I knew. But time had written stories there the younger eyes never saw through. Lines of worry, lines of grace, every scar a hidden page, 1,000 nights of holding on through every turning age. I said to the man in the mirror, you've been through a lot, my friend. More storms than most would stand inside, more roads than never end. And though the weight is heavy and the world can feel unfair, you're stronger than the doubts you hear, still standing right there. Still standing right there. There were battles no one witnessed, there were tears no one could see, quiet wars inside my heart, fought in silent honesty. But every fall I rose again, even when I thought I'd break. And every step I almost lost was one more I could take. I said to the man in the mirror, you've been through a lot, my friend. More storms than most would stand inside, more roads than never end. And though the weight is heavy and the world can feel unfair, you're stronger than the doubts you hear, still standing right there. Still standing right there. Maybe healing starts the moment we finally understand that surviving all the darkness is the courage of a man. So I nodded to the mirror with a quiet kind of pride. For every mile behind me and the strength I found inside. Spring once lived inside my hands, hope was easy then. Every road was wide and open, every face a friend. Summer days felt endless, like the sun would never fall. I never thought the seasons would change my life at all. These are the seasons of my life, some gentle, some like knives. Right now the winter feels so long, and every step snow, a softer wind will blow, and I'll rise to see the sky with tomorrow in my eyes. Through every fall and rise, these are the seasons of my life. I once believed that I was lost, buried deep beneath the cost of loving someone who moved on. But every tear I've cried before opened up a stronger door. I am brave and beautiful, stronger than the storms I've known. From the ashes of the fall, I rise, standing tall. Pain may shape the soul inside, but it cannot steal my